babies, it's that time again. Oh yeah. Oh. Still a little chilly out. But it'll get warmer later. These seasonal shifts. Let's talk about seasonal shifts in the spirit. Oh! Yeah, baby. I don't know about you, but what I find God is after is growing me up to be a big boy and independent. Independent in the sense of I don't need to feel him close by giving me peace and support 24/7. I want it 24/7, but I don't need it. And I feel like a mother bird, so to speak, and pushing her babies out the nest as we're in that, speaking of season, we're in that season now, as birds are mating and nesting and eventually bringing new life into the earth. Yeah, I find like God's like that, pushing me out of the nest, like, all right, take care. And you're like, I want to stay in the nest. I want you to bring me food. I want a grilled Reuben. I want a side of dipping sauce. Yeah, so the reason I'm mentioning that is I think it helps us to remind ourselves that, you know, those shifts of, I'm calling them seasonal shifts, but they're really more ephemeral than a whole season, right? A season takes months. These shifts I'm talking about are, you know, transitory. Like, they might be, you know, like, I'll just give you an example. Like last night, I felt kind of alone. And this morning, I felt like I was greeted with a hug and a kiss and all kinds of support, ready for the day. Here we go, baby. I'm with you. And so I just need to remind myself, and I'm saying this thinking you might benefit from it as well, that, you know, those are intentional. It's not, you were a bad boy, so I removed myself from you. It could just be you're growing up, and one way to grow up is to believe I will always care for you. I will always give you what you need, as long as you're trusting me for who I am. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. And one of the pieces that I return to frequently here is to find yourself in a position to be serving others, even if you're believing for their release and their comfort and support from God, whether they're new converts or they're experienced people, whoever it is, to put ourselves in that position to live for their benefit. I find that to be endlessly inspirational. Speaking of inspiration, I told this guy at the gym yesterday, he is jacked. This guy is, who knows how long he's been lifting. He's, wow. So I think we talked one time. I think he saw me out dancing one time in New Haven. As I was promoting diversity, as I used to do all the time. And I'm gonna do it at least once this summer, and I'll just see if God still is in favor of me continuing to do it or not. Sometimes you have to actually get into doing something, and then you get a better sense of the Spirit is good with it, or let's not do this. Sometimes I don't get the guidance ahead of time. I don't know how it is for you. But anyway, I saw this guy, this jack guy at the gym. I see him all the time. And I stopped him. I said, it's just like, this is sort of like what I was saying about, look to be a benefit to somebody. And so, here's a guy who works hard at what he's doing. And so I just wanted to give him positive feedback on it. I just said, hey, I just got to tell you, you look amazing. And I just want you to know that every time I see you, you're very inspirational to me. That's all I said. And he's kind of looking at me like, all right, dude. Because I was, I kind of had some facial makeup on because I like to promote diversity when I'm off work hours. And he was very nice, very pleasant, and he appreciated the compliment. And so I guess that's all I'm saying is, look for opportunities to give people positive feedback on their just something. And also live your life as an empty vessel for their prayers to be answered, more so than your own. Oh yeah, baby. Why? Because that's how Jesus lived. And if Jesus lives in you, then that's what he's doing. He doesn't stop being Jesus. It's amazing that, not amazing. It is amazing, but also just extremely sad that God gave us a face-to-face encounter with himself in the generosity of his son, and the world rejected him. Man, can you imagine? It's really no different today than it was then. Because people still reject Jesus now, no, I'm just going to live my life, and I don't want your pick up your cross daily and follow you stuff. But when you realize the benefit of it, and the strength you get from it, and the inspiration, and the total transformation of your inner constitution, it's so worth it. So there you have it, baby. Get used to the seasons. Get used to the seasons. And be ready for God withdrawing himself from you a bit. And just know he's pushing you out of the nest so you can have the joy of flying.